We are in the middle of a 4-part series. What does the Bible say about sex? And today I'm going to give you part 3. I'm actually using the word gift, G-I-F-T, as an acronym. And so when we get to that third letter, it's the word F. Now you might say, why do you use the word gift as an acronym for sex? I believe God designed sexual intimacy as a gift to marriage. And married couples get to unpack it. There are so many layers and details and things to experience all throughout the length of your marriage together. And each one is equally powerful and significant and enjoyable. There are just not enough good things I can say about the benefits of sexual intimacy in marriage. But I said today we are talking about the F, and the letter F is going to stand for the word fierce. And you may be like, Mary, hello, what does fierce have to do with sexual intimacy in marriage? So let me break that down for you. Think about a mama bear and her cubs. Isn't this a great expression? And you're like, oh, don't mess with the mama bear. And we know that that mama bear is committed. Nothing is going to keep her from protecting her children. Well, I believe not just marriage, but sexual intimacy in marriage is that fierce component. It's like the super glue that just washes over you and then bonds you together in this powerful place. The more closeness you have, the stronger your marriage. And one of the ways to get to that amazing place of closeness is through sexual intimacy. I know there's a lot of pushback, and that's why part of the series is debunking what some of the religious messages have said. And I'm going to go straight to the Bible to unpack some of these. I actually have 3 different passages. I mean, there are so many, but for the sake of time, we will reduce this right now. And so the first one I want to go to is in the book of Ecclesiastes. That's in the Old Testament. It's one of these passages that gets incorporated into a lot of wedding ceremonies. And this is chapter 4, verse 12, that says, a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. So yes, that's talking about the husband and the wife and God and how that brings you closer. But the rest of the story is God's plan is for sexual intimacy to take place for a husband and wife. God's plan is for many things to take place for a husband and wife, but including and prioritizing and emphasizing sexual intimacy as a good choice that brings the strength. It says it is what did it say? Not easily broken. So sexual intimacy is super, super powerful. It will make your marriage fierce in the way of living beyond some of the temptations that are in the world for couples. So I have another verse for you, also taken from a very familiar passage on love. 1 Corinthians 13, I'm sure you heard this read at marriage ceremonies. And when you get to verse 5, it says, love adapts. Love adapts. And that doesn't mean that you as an individual disappear and no longer have a voice. Absolutely not. So that's one of the, religious messages that sometimes has come out in the past. We're just going to debunk those right now. Adapting means I value you. I believe the best for you, even if you're not living in it right this moment. I am so committed to you, and I'm so committed to us, and I'm so committed to God with my hope in Him as the ultimate source. I can adapt because it's not weighing on my shoulders. God is what has united us. God's purpose and design is what strengthens us. And out of that overflow, I can adapt. And that's for husbands and wives to adapt to each other. That makes you such a powerful unit. And then I have one more verse for you. This is from Ephesians 5. Once again, these are very familiar passages having to do with marriage and husbands and wives. So, chapter 5, verse 33. So every married man should be gracious to his wife, just as he is gracious to himself. And every wife should be tenderly devoted to her husband. Now, you may have heard this in another translation that said that you should love your body, that it's not that selfish to love your body, that every man, every woman, every human loves their own body. So this is a part of being fierce, that you love your spouse as yourself. So this is going to be in the physical act of sexual intimacy, but it's going to be in every way that you are intimate, because sexual intimacy by God's design was never meant to be in the body only. It was definitely meant to be spirit and soul and body. Now, I hope this is really getting your attention and you want to know what all 4 of those traits are. So please look in the link below. I'd love to give to you a free gift. What does the Bible say about sex? So thanks so much for watching today, and remember, Father God wants to lavish his love on every area of your life, including sexual intimacy in marriage.